Yo, welcome back to the Lum And Lal show. I'm your host, Lal.
It's your boy Lum.
And this is your weekly injection of introspection.
We
You
back.
feel
Battery pack.
me? Funny shit today. Just funny shit today. Damn. So we actually already recorded a lot of this pod.
For sure.
And then the device that we used to record died on us.
For sure. Definitely.
So we're back to restart it because who wants to pick up where you left off? I feel like that's just, it looks crazy. Feels crazy. So from the top though, we started off, we're going to start off talking about this John Moran situation.
Yeah.
Because you feel the people in, just for those that don't know John Moran or don't know anything about sports, like what is happening?
John Moran is a young all NBA. Just for the people who just don't watch bad, because I don't want to talk about him like everybody. Just to let you know who John Moran is. He's probably a young superstar, top 10 player in the league, about to be a $300 million man probably in a year. He's playing in a contract year for him. His team is in the playoffs. He has a legit competitive chance to win a championship, like only a few teams do every year, because 32 teams in the league. Every year, 5 maybe have a chance to win.
Yeah.
So, his career is looking up. Recent incident with John Moran just came to light where he was pictured in a strip club. Like, I don't want to say caught, because like he posted himself on live with like a baby gun. He had his little
Yistol.
deuce papper in there. He was holding
Yistol.
it. He was holding it. He's playing with the nipple in there, holding the gun, twisting it around for everybody to see on live.
Yistol.
So he did that and posted it on his live. And then after that, a string of other events came to light about John Moran. Another one came to light where allegedly he punched a 17-year-old kid in the head about 13 times. I don't know how. I feel like just knowing he got punched 13 times is crazy. But
knowing you got hit 13 times is crazy. But
crazy.
Before we even get to the other event though, I realized it doesn't sit well with me, the strip club one, because it's like, why you got a little ass gun in a strip club? And why you want to show everybody a little ass gun? Like, I mean, I Deuce Pepperoni can get the job done, but what job are you trying to get done?
Yeah, what job are you trying?
Because if we're talking about self-defense, I don't want to Deuce Pepperoni.
And why you want to catch that case, John Moran? If you got homies, like your homies ain't in there strip. Well, I'm guessing he said it allegedly it wasn't his gun, which he couldn't possibly say, because that's the thing though. I mean, he said it wasn't, so I guess we're gonna go with that. But if it was,
why are you holding up somebody else's gun on live?
And if it was, we have a bigger issue because you done took it on the team plane. You were in Denver at a away game.
You can take guns on a plane.
No, you can't.
You can.
It's NBA property, not on a team plane.
You can't check bag with a gun?
No, that's why there's team security, team everything.
Oh, so he just...
No, you can't have a gun.
Oh, so it wasn't obviously it wasn't a commercial flight.
With the gun in the locker room with
it wasn't a
money or whatever.
Right.
Fucked all that up for anybody having a strap. And it was an away game. So the question the NBA had was, did he bring that gun on the team plane? You know what I mean? In the arena, did he pack it in his luggage and shit? He said it wasn't his. You know what I mean? So I guess somebody said they passed it off to him or whatever, and he kind of just showed it off. And the incident with the 17-year-old kid, I guess there was a gun involved in that incident too. Also one where they said that he or somebody in his entourage, they didn't really say it was him, I guess it was somebody who was in his entourage, flashed a beam at the Pacers away bus. I'm gonna say laser pointer, because I just don't want to think like someone's rolling around the NBA arenas with guns with infrared beams on. It's just unrealistic. So let's just say it was a laser pointer. I'm just gonna say it's a laser pointer. And 2 other incidents with his mom and sister, which, I guess they both had called him in 2 separate instances, and he kind of pulled up and showed up. You know what I mean? He showed up. You know what I mean? He showed out. So those are all the things that are coming up with John Moran. The 2 most concerning things with me, obviously, that I'm actually concerned about with him is just like the strip club. You pulling out the baby deuce pap in the strip club is just like,
pulling out a little gun in the strip club is crazy, bro.
And going live is crazier.
The Yistol is for a small Yistol is for like my G-Rays had a small Yistol. She had like a little deuce 5 in the crib. You feel me? It was chrome. For what reason? I don't know. Why you want to have a chrome Yistol? Yeah. Like a little joint.
I mean,
a big boy is different.
I mean, generally that shit's for self-defense. But to me, a pistol is a poor man's self-defense weapon. A rich man's self-defense weapon, or at least a man who's well off like yourself, is another man holding a pistol for you. that's just the way you probably should do it. Because when
yeah.
you want to go out and party, it's cool to take care of yourself. My whole thing is like, when you want to go out and party, you feel what I'm saying? And you want to be on your shit, you can't really go out and party and have fun and without security, I'm not saying that he didn't have security, but I'm just saying, sir, if you did, you should leave the pistol holding them. And you going live, bro. My whole thing is like, all right, cool. You want to hold pistols in the club and do all that shit, you know what I mean? But regardless of how much that could put you at risk, because when people see guns, they tend to pull guns out. I know any security guard that I know is trained as a former patron, a former person who used to run a venue. Security that I had, if they had a gun, they're pulling their shit if they see your shit.
Yeah.
They're pulling it. That's just what they're trained to do. They're pulling it if they see your shit. I don't even want to get into how dumb that is, but the extra dumb marshmallows in the hot chocolate that I can't get over. The extra dumb fucking cheese on the dumb Big Mac I can't get over.
The dumb cheese on the dumb Big Mac, the extra shit.
Is you going live, my G.
Yeah.
Why go live to incriminate yourself?
My thing is like, if you are interested, like I'm really hoping that Ja Morant is just having issues adjusting to his new status in life. And I'm hoping is that, because the alternative is that he got a new status in life and started to do things that are not indicative of who he is. Yeah. I don't know him to say who he is.
Yeah, I don't know. But one thing I do know is that, we always make this assumption, I feel like, is black men, I want to say, like, for the majority of us, not the majority of us, because I don't want to put that stereotype out there. For a lot of us, a lack of father has become a regular thing. And that results into...
He got his daddy though, don't he?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the thing I'm about to get into. And I feel like that results in a lot of us who didn't grow up with their dad automatically thinking, and I want to say like, I grew up with my dad, certain dads, so I'll be looking at this like, they grew up with their dad. I grew up with my dad, all right? But for a lot of people that I'm close to, you know what I mean? A lot of people who didn't grow up with their dad, you know what I mean? Even directly around them or not as around them as they maybe wanted them to be. Right. When we see, the nigga had his dad, we immediately dismiss what the fuck they been through. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of us is like, nigga, you got your dad? Fuck you talking about. Because this nigga shit games every day, fuck you talking about. But just because he had his dad, you know what I mean? One thing I
know people that grew up with their dad, and their dad is the reason why they in the streets.
They're fucked up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a reason why they're fucked up or didn't do enough for them.
Having a dad don't guarantee nothing.
What we know about T. Moran is he's a former semi-pro basketball player. He's very well put together, you know what I mean? He's at all his son's games. He seems very supportive, and he did enough to help get his son to the league, and he has a genuinely good relationship. That doesn't tell us anything about how Ja Morant was brought up. There's been plenty of people who grew up to be very, very successful, who grew up in fucked up situations. Michael Jackson.
Well, I'll tell you this, though.
Every other rapper that every rapper almost that you heard of. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it don't say nothing about how he was brought up, but it definitely don't say nothing about who his friends were. Yeah. Because your friends matter more for a large portion of your life than who your parents are.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people were saying. Like, a lot of people were saying, like, they met his friends. Like, I was watching ESPN, and they were like, yeah, I met, the people around, and they seemed like some good young dudes. Stephen A. was like, I just want to talk to y'all, because I met y'all. He said live on air, like, y'all need to protect the asset, man. He was like, and I'm being real. That's y'all boy. He's like, but also, he's in a position in which he's currently doing, in which he can continue to change all of y'all lives, including his own. He's like, he has a chance to throw all of that away for himself. He's like, so if you care about him, he's like, and also, if you care about yourself, you would protect the asset. You know what I mean? You would protect who's around. First of all, if that's your boy, you need to protect him, because I don't even want to see Ja Morant throw his whole career away, let alone if he's my friend.
Yeah, but I also feel I also feel like protecting the asset is not the correct statement. And the reason why is because you're asking them to protect the asset from itself.
That's the fact.
You're not saying, yo, make sure Ja ain't walking into the wrong spaces with the wrong cats. Like, no, the issue is him.
Yeah, it's him.
The issue is his own behavior.
Because they're acting like, you gotta protect the asset from, like, you gotta protect the asset. Yeah, you can protect Ja from the strip club, but like, when he's punching the 17-year-olds at his house, or when he's going down to the mall to pull a pistol because his mom called
That's
him.
There's nothing you can do about that.
You know
and I'm not going to be screaming on the. I mean, like I'll have a conversation with any one of my brothers about anything.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to feel like it's my responsibility for you to make good choices because you can potentially change my life.
Yeah. Or even if you are currently changing my life, you could be currently doing it. It still can't be my responsibility. You still have to make your own. And to be honest, that's easier said than done when you're the fucking man. Especially when you're 23. My whole thing is like you got to look at, and I don't know Ja Morant, but just to give you a scenario, like when you're a NBA player most of the time, you know what I mean, you're coming up collegiately, like your name is big. You feel me? Like you're usually getting treated well, and it's tough. You know, you're competitive for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that can result in a humble person. Sometimes you can humble yourself. A lot of times you can't. I just feel like a lot of times when you're 23 and you got $300 million, it's like. With Dame Lillard, I was watching an interview with Dame Lillard the other day. He had a great point just about how the NBA used to be. He's like, when he came in the league, he's like, there was real grown men in the league. He's like, you know what I mean, to help guys. He's like, these is 40-year-olds with families and shit. You know what I mean? People that probably didn't even play. He's like, but you knew why they were on the team. To handle shit like we're seeing now. To help us go through shit. He's like, nowadays, these kids coming out of college in NIL leagues and the G League and shit coming from Europe, and they're just getting the keys to the whole fucking company. Like, here, this is yours. $300 million in a couple of years. And everybody can't handle that. Does it work out sometimes? Yeah. You have the people who come in the league and they automatically, or you know what I mean, the standard. This is Ja Morant's first full player-wise, talent-wise, it works out. But mentally-wise, are you always able to do that? Can you be the face of $1 billion company and handle your own and deal with everything that comes with that? And I feel like he was saying, he had a good point about how the NBA is just getting younger. You know what I mean? They're just getting way younger. It's an issue with, like, there used to be a lot of age and veterans and people who are on teams for specific reasons, but now a lot of teams are just handing it over to the kids. And sometimes it works out, you know what I mean? There's a lot of structure in the team, and I heard that usually, you know, you have situations where you have teams that have counseling for younger players and stuff like that. But I feel like the lack of veterans around people kind of, you know what I'm saying, handles that. Because, like, when you don't really have anybody, when you're 23 and a 25-year-old's trying to tell you what to do, you're just going to look at them.
Yeah, but also,
you know,
what can you do if the veteran on the squad has the least, you know, have productive stats per season? Like,
he does, but the thing is, like, they used to have respect for that. Udonis Haslem is the 40-year-old who has least productive stats in the season, but he's also a two-time champion. You know what I mean?
That's true, but like they not looking. The youngins ain't looking at it like that. They looking at it the same way that any youngin that get on a hoop court with an old head look at it. I'm finna dust your ass. And if you on my team, pass me the ball. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but that's dangerous.
You know
now,
what I mean?
But now some of them is humble. You know what I'm saying?
No, some of them is humble, and but you gotta be humble.
You do have
but
these ones that or like that. And to be honest, like that's the theme with that whole team. It's not just Ja and that team. Don't get me wrong. None of the other ones are doing anything close to that. But like for instance, like Desmond Bane just literally he's probably going to get fined because he just punched the fuck out of Kevin Love in his nuts coming off a pick. I can't even say he hit him. Like he literally cocked back and punched him in his nuts. Dylan Brooks been fighting with people all year long. Like they have a strain of just, they're beefing with the Warriors. You know what I mean? People are like, why are y'all trying to beef with a team that's won 4 championships? You're not on their level. You know what I mean? Like, you're young. They've literally been dominating for a decade. They're like the fucking Lakers or something in the 80s at this point. We watched it. The Warriors, Steph Curry has been winning a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like there's a lot of immaturity on that team, and it's starting to come up. They have so much talent, but the one reason they may not win is just maturity. Like, injuries, you know, and obviously.
But that's what happens when you got a lot of youngins who think the same.
Yeah. So there's
not even think the same, but just, you know, there's an aspect of teamwork and work in both directions.
Yeah.
People can be a part of a team that inspires productivity, that inspires collectivism, that inspires, you know, each one teach one, keep your head up, bro. And you can also be a part of a team that just inspires, like, yo, we finna do this, we finna mangle, we finna, you know, and it just really depends on the dynamics of the team. So if you got a leader, and I don't know if Ja Morant is the leader of the youngest one. I know he's the dominant player.
He's the leader. He's the face of the team.
No, I don't mean the face of the team.
No, I mean he's the mouth point. He's the get everybody lined up.
Because
that's him. Because you kind of have to be in the NBA. You don't have no choice. Once you get $300 million, when it comes down to the last play of the game, niggas is giving you the ball like, do something, nigga.
Yeah.
When the timeout come and niggas is fucked up, and somebody looking for somebody to say something, they looking at you. They peeking out the corner of their eye, like, is you going like,
you're right.
Say something. So like he has to be, and to be honest, on the court and up until recently, he's On the court, he's fantastic at it. Off the court, obviously, he's having some issues. You know what I mean? Usually, he does a good job of amping his teammates up, picking up. He seems like a fantastic teammate. I remember when last year there was actually an argument which showed how good their team was. There was 2 people in the lead for the most improved player. It was Ja Morant and his teammate. His teammate jumped from like 11 points to like 18, 19 points a game. Ja jumped from like 21 to 27. Right. Now, the argument with Ja was he should never get most improved player because he was already that nice last year.
Yeah.
He's already good as fuck. He was all-star, we already know. Most improved player should be for somebody who elevated from being no one to all-star. Not from an all-star who became a better all-star. So he gets the trophy, and after he gets the trophy, a video comes out of his boy getting a package, and it's the most improved player trophy at his boy's crib. He gave it to his boy because he felt he deserved it. Like, there's a lot of little gestures and shit I see him do with the fans, you know what I mean? I feel like he got I feel like he has a good heart, but I feel like, you know what I mean? He's
and that's the thing, like, a lot of these situations, because I'm not going to judge him and say that he's a dickhead. I'm going to just say it don't look good. Because I know myself, and I know what type of person I am, and I know that I could easily, if I'm in the public eye, I could easily be portrayed a similar way because of shit that I'm willing to do for people that I love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, it's easy to portray. Look, they do it to people all the time. Somebody can get murdered and they put a picture of you holding a Yistol.
Yeah,
Yistol.
I mean, in reality, it's also like it's all like, selective outrage, to quote the Chris Rock joint. My whole thing is like, Kyrie Irving just got dropped from Nike for reposting the DVD. They're not even thinking about dropping Ja Morant. He's pulled a pistol out and beat a 17-year-old up. So I mean,
it's all about who you offend, bro.
Not that I want to see either one of them dudes lose anything, because I'm a fan of both of them. But it's kind of wild when you think how, and there's a lot of little nuances. Was Kyrie's contract up? Yeah. So it was more a choice of, are we going to renew your contract? But the fact that y'all acted out, like y'all put a statement out about that man releasing the DVD. I mean, not even releasing, reposting the DVD. You put a statement out because he went on Amazon and found the DVD that they sell and reposted it. Understand that there was hateful things in the DVD to the community. Ja Morant allegedly beat a 17-year-old up and pulled a pistol on him. And I'm not saying that he did or didn't, but hearing that, the lack of outrage to me is just, I don't know, Nike, it seems kind of funky to me. That situation over there with Nike's kind of funky, just to get on them. But fuck Nike. Back to the black man. You know what I mean? Ja Morant, hopefully he can, kind of... He went to like a behavioral clinic. He just talked to Jalen Rose for a while. He had an interview, and I feel like Jalen Rose had the best perspective on it because he was with the Fab Five in Michigan. He used to get judged a lot from Middle America when he was still in college, and they were still on that shut up and play shit. They were the first bad boys of college. They all shaved their heads. They was black, you know what I mean? Black socks. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? They was like, they was the first college players with real deal swag that America couldn't handle. So, but he was getting down to it, like asking them hard questions, and I kind of feel like, even though he was real with the interview, Josh shit did. It feels a little rushed, and it feels a little, because like we were saying earlier in the first take of this joint, like how much can a breathing? He said he went to like a behavioral clinic and learned anxiety and breathing techniques. Anxiety and breathing techniques ain't going to change whatever it was in you that felt like it was okay to pull that with the Yistol. Be live with the Yistol.
Yeah, that's not a breathing technique.
That's a train of thought thing. That's an image thing. That's something that you're trying to portray, that you need to figure out why you trying to portray that, who you trying to portray it to, and if they're worth probably around $350 to $400 million you're going to bring in the next 7 or 8 years between your Nike money, bro, like your league money, bro, your Powerade money, if that shit's still a thing. Like, I just don't understand what the purpose is. And to me, I live my life on the basis of risk versus reward. You know what I mean? Like I do not. So I just don't get it. Like, sometimes I risk things that, the reward might not be as fly as I want. But for the most part, when I'm doing something decision make, like risk versus reward, you know what I mean? Like risk versus reward. What am I risking with this move? What is the reward if I do it? Am I risking my entire life for a ride to the store? Or am I risking a few hours of my time for opportunity that can change everything? You have to like be able to go through them things. Am I risking fucking my NBA contract, all my money, my career for a fucking couple people to think I'm gangster and laugh?
I also think like, so this brings me to my next topic though.
Yeah.
At what point, let's say a relationship route. Like let's say you dating somebody, right? Obviously, we're two men that are interested in women, so I'm thinking about it from a woman aspect. But for anybody that's also enjoying the pie, if you're a woman, think about it from the opposite. At what point is someone too ratchet or too ghetto for you? You know what I mean? Like, some people ain't got a limit on it because it's they every day and that's what they want, that's what they like. But like, at what point, like, because I feel like for me, if you are the type of woman that leans her seat all the way back in her car, but drives sitting up, and you spark Black and Miles, like that's a no for me.
Oh yeah, if you're Black
like
and
you just
smoker,
too ratchet for me. And it ain't even necessarily like it's not even like, oh, it's a bad, like you're a bad person, because that's not what I'm getting at. It's just a simple fact that it's like, at what point is somebody too ratchet for you? Like, at what point can you just not?
I'm old, baby. I'm 33. Like, if you still throwing gang signs, you too ratchet.
Wait, hold on. If you throwing gang signs,
you throwing gang signs, it's out the
like,
door. You smoking Black and Miles, it's out the fucking door. If your seat's all the way back, it's out the door. If your seat's all the way back,
what if she use hood lingo though?
If you use hood lingo a little bit, that's you know what I'm saying? It depends on how much you use it. Like, I know motherfuckers who use hood lingo, and I know motherfuckers, like, I remember back in the day, I was talking to somebody, and she was like a real blood, like, to the point that she stopped talking to me because I said cuz, like, joking around. Like, she was like, no, I'm not fucking playing, nigga. Like, I'm really about this shit on everything, B. Like, she was an actual gang member. I'm like, damn, you're an actual gang member. I don't even want to talk to you. Like, you know what I mean? It was just funny because, like, she was a real blood. Like, I seen her out, she was gritting on me and everything. Like, threw a gang sign at me and shit. Crazy. So like, yeah, that's too ratchet for me. That's a little too ratchet for me.
Don't set trip on me. Don't throw no.
She threw a gang sign at me,
baby. That's crazy.
She threw her setup on me. Like,
you threw your
so you know what I mean?
Crazy. You threw the setup on me.
I ain't dealing with no hood politics. You know what I mean?
But no hood politics is a hell no. But I mean, like, all right. So here in a burg, each neighborhood say something different. You know what I mean? Like as you don't even have to answer, like, you don't have to answer it from a perspective of like because you already, you know what I mean, situated. But like, what if you know, in your single days you ran into like a shorty from the hill and she never every other word?
That's too ratchet for me. I ran into that and it was too ratchet for me.
She never dated a girl from the hill.
Yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh. I've dated a girl from the hill. So I'm like, yeah, it's too ratchet for me.
She never every other word.
I'm from Homewood. I didn't date a lot of girls from like, I'll date a girl from wherever. I'm not gonna judge you in your area, but if all you are is your area, then like, I'm not talking to nobody.
That's what it is. Like, if all you are is
your area, if you're just a walking, talking
like,
mascot for your hood and you don't have nothing else to talk about, then go back there and fuck with somebody else who just want to beat her all the time. I love my hood to death, like, but at the end of the day, I got a lot more to talk about than like where I grew up. I got a lot more I want to discuss, a lot more things I want to see. That's too ratchet for me. There's a lot of things that I feel like is too ratchet for me. Like, if your washcloth is stiff when I come to your crib, you're too ratchet.
That's not even ratchet. That's dirty.
Yeah, it's definitely dirty. I've seen a lot of stiff washcloths in my day, and it's like, damn, I can't even be here. I can't even fuck with you, or I gotta be like, I'm sick.
Stiff washcloth is crazy.
You can't even. I don't even know what to say to somebody. I just gotta
you know
catch
what?
the Uber.
I ain't gonna hold you. My mother has been very diligent in communicating to me the importance of cleanliness.
Yeah.
And so if I was to enter a woman's home and her bathroom is dirtier than how I keep mine, because the way I keep my bathroom, I wouldn't use the word pristine because I'm a bit of a perfectionist that doesn't reach his own standard. Yeah. But my bathroom is clean. It's clean. Yeah. The toilet seat is clean. In front and around the toilet is clean. The sink is cleaned off. The inside of the sink is clean. The tub is cleaned weekly. Like, the walls on the tub are cleaned weekly. Yeah. There's extra toilet paper stocked in a reachable area. Like, that's how I like to keep my bathroom. So if I go into your bathroom and mine looks better than yours, I don't know how I feel. It feels crazy to me.
You feel like you can't fuck?
Because I feel like women are supposed to be cleaner.
Yeah. I do too.
That's a stereotype, but I just feel like women are supposed to be cleaner.
I do too. For the most part of my life, in 98% of the situations that I've seen, women are majority. Like, cleaner than niggas. You know what I mean? I mean, me personally, bro. Yeah. I mean, and to be honest, let's be real. Like, we're two, like we said, we're two straight men. We're two men who date women. So we're only going to speak from a perspective of dating women.
Right.
Like I said, if you're a woman, you can think about it from a certain way. There's obviously, if you think men are supposed to be cleaner a certain way, or you feel like
I've never seen a woman say men are supposed to be cleaner than women.
They're just not. I've argued with my boy about that because I remember talking about my one friend was going to come when I used to have a roommate back in the day. You know what I mean? We had my one friend and she was a cleaner, and I was like, I'm gonna have her come clean the crib. And he was like, nah, bro, we can clean this shit ourselves. I'm like, no, the fuck you can't. He's like, you think I can clean it? He's like, man, I can clean as good as any chick you bring here. I'm like, no, the fuck you. Yeah, and he got his feelings hurt. First time he brought a girl over there, he thought he cleaned up nice, and she's like, yeah, you got cobwebs in the corner. Damn. Nigga had cobwebs. He's like, bro, I wouldn't even thought about cobwebs there. I'm like, I tried to tell you. To me, it's like women's attention to detail. It's not even just the cleaning. Women just have, I feel like, a greater cobweb.
Peeped them early.
As soon as she came in. But I think it's more the attention to detail that women have that makes them a lot better at that. Like,
it is attention to detail.
I'll put all the effort in. I swear to God, there's been times, like, even with my girl now, I'll put all the effort in. I think I clean. And she'll come in and see some shit. I'm like, damn, I ain't think about it.
My mom do that all the time. My kitchen, every time my mother comes into town, my kitchen is clean to me.
Yeah.
Like the floor don't have much on. It's clean. I swept, I mopped. My dishes are pretty much clean. Like I might have like a pot in there that I just didn't clean yet. Like one pot. I got a dishwasher if I feel like using it. Like my kitchen be clean. My mom be like, yeah, when you go to work, I'm gonna clean your kitchen. I'm like, bro, like,
yeah.
What is not clean in here? When I come back, when she do clean it, it do be cleaner. And I don't really be understanding sometimes, like,
yeah.
Because there's a certain level of clean that I won't keep the kitchen just because I'm not cleaning my kitchen every 2 days.
Yeah.
Personally.
Facts.
I live alone. I'm not cleaning my kitchen every 2 days.
Yeah.
But anything can always, for the most part, be cleaner.
Yeah.
So I do think that, like, all right, so ratchet and cleanliness, I don't know if they're opposing forces.
Yeah,
but I feel like
I do know clean ratchet chicks, so I don't want no.
That's
clean
what I'm saying. Like,
so I don't want to. I don't want to couple them together either.
I don't think they're opposite, but I do think that stiff washcloth is just a no. That's a hard no.
Yeah,
stiff washcloth is hard no. Stains on your toilet's a hard no
for sure.
Damn, cleanliness is definitely important. But when I think of ratchet, I just think of like life choices.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
like if you smoke Black and Miles, that's a no. If you don't wear your seatbelt, I know that sounds crazy, but it's just like, why ain't you wearing your seatbelt?
Yeah.
At this age, well, just put a seatbelt on. Like, what is you doing? Who's you stunting for? Who you flexing for?
To me, if you still
put the fucking seatbelt on.
If you still drinking Kool-Aid every day, that's too much for me.
Still drinking Kool-Aid every day.
Every day? I ain't saying like if you keep one in and once or twice a year, you want to pop a thing of Kool-Aid out. Okay, maybe
but making Kool-Aid, like, I don't know.
And if you're making it with tap water, that's even more insane. You are insane.
No, but you know what?
You're not even ratchet.
The last time I made Kool-Aid had to have been 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah, when tap water was popping.
Definitely made it with tap.
Tap water was popping.
There was no other option. You didn't even think about it.
Yeah, you
didn't go get a big ass gallon of spring water to make Kool-Aid. You didn't think about it.
You didn't think about shit. I said, man,
we drank flavored tap water. We drank sugary tap.
Yeah, we did
for years. That's crazy.
Fresh out of summer.
We drank sugary tap. Fresh in the house out of 78-degree weather.
I think the
sugary tap.
I think the lid and water bring the sugar out a little bit more. That's why the Kool-Aid was so good back in the day.
You think the lid brings the sugar out?
I think the lid and water bring the taste of the sugar out or something.
We just had different. Our shit in Pittsburgh was just hitting different.
Yeah,
we got some leady ass water.
I think the lid make the fucking Kool-Aid. That's where I think that it probably do something to the fucking Kool-Aid because that tap
sugary
water.
Tap is crazy,
tap used to hit when you come in the summer. That grape
sugary tap.
My girl, you talking about how the grape flavor they sell don't taste like grapes at all. She is right. But purple Kool-Aid was fire. That purple shit they be selling, whatever flavor that is, because the shit ain't grape.
No, wasn't none of them
ain't none of that grape. Grape Annihilators ain't grape. Grape Lifesavers ain't grape. Grape Kool-Aid ain't grape. Grape Pop ain't. None of that shit tastes like grapes. But the color purple that y'all be selling to black people that y'all got addicted to, it is good. I wish I knew what it was. It's not grape. That grape shit we be drinking is not actually grape.
Chemicals, bro. It's chemicals. It's a chemical concoction, bro.
Are you giving us Fabuloso?
Basically, at this point, bro.
Dark Fabuloso that tastes good?
At this point.
How hood? I mean, how hood is too hood?
But I shorty, like, I when in high school, I dated a girl from Northview Heights. And she was real hood. Like, she was hood to the point where she was like, I left town for like a week. And she was like, yeah, like, I ain't about to be waiting on no dick, like, and went and go have sex with somebody. And I was like, damn, like, you a savage. But that's not the hood part, though.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's not the hood part. The hood part was, afterwards, she tried to steal my iPod. She tried to steal my shit. Like, you are a hood booger. Like, I let her use I think I let her use my iPod.
Oh, she's a fucking mollywop.
She tried to steal my iPod, bro.
Yo, that's
and I mean the old joints, the little joints that had the little leather case to flip open. You got your joint, you know what I mean? She tried to get out with it. Like, she was not trying to give it up. And you know what? She was also in placement, bro. So I folded. She was in placement when I started dating her.
Yeah.
If you don't know what placement is, it's like a halfway house for kids.
Yeah.
Like, she was in placement.
I had a couple homies that was in placement.
It's a halfway house for kids.
Yeah, I remember when they first came home. I'm like, damn, you back out.
Yeah, placement.
Yeah, definitely a temper. Too much of a temper is too ratchet for me. I remember I told you I was dating a chick. She used to, every girl I knew, she would just like, oh, you like that bitch. I literally met her like 2 days before. We hung out like 2 days later, and every girl I would run and meet somebody or see somebody, not meet nobody, but I'll run into somebody I know. Yeah. And she'd be like, oh, you like that bitch. You like that bitch. She just kept saying it. Then I was young. I remember I had my OG, the mutual friend that we had that was in love with the stripper. He came to, you know what I mean, to route her home. You feel what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I have a whip back there.
You talking about the one that got on the track or no?
Nah. Right. The one who I'm gonna tell you in a second. You'll remember what I'm talking about in a second. But yeah, she rode her home, and she started talking bad to this nigga in the back of his car. He's dropping her off. He's like, oh yeah, so obviously you don't know how to drive. She was just too fucking ratchet. And then I remember I came home, the next day I came back to my crib, and I was working at a restaurant at the time. I walked down to my crib. She's on the porch of the crib. And I'm like, what are you doing on my porch?
Okay, I remember this.
And she's like, oh yeah, you must have been with a bitch. Everything I did, I was with a bitch. I was with a bitch 24 hours a day. I could never go, and I don't I'm not saying me, that's what she said, that I was with a bitch. That's the word that she used. I just want to clear that up. And now I'm gonna stop saying that word. She's like, yeah, I realize I'm telling the story too accurately. And I'm just throwing them out there. I'm like, like, I was sprinkling too many of them.
Like,
that's what, you know what I'm saying?
You was coming crazy.
Yeah, I was going crazy a little bit, but that's just how she talks. She's always like, you with a bitch. I'm like, yo, everywhere I go, I can't. I'm going to the store, like, but like, yeah, she kept saying that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm at work. I'm like, I was at work. She's like, all right, whatever. So I go upstairs. I'm saying she's just chilling in my crib, not saying anything. I take a shower. This is years ago. I'm actually going to meet up with him. My other friends. We go to the studio we went to back in the day, which was after school program. So I come out the shower, I put cologne on. She's like, nah, I know you're going to go see a girl or whatever. You trying to smell nice? I'm like, yeah, I put cologne on every time I leave the crib. So I'm getting dressed, I'm trying to get my shit together. All of a sudden, she just grabs the baby powder out of my fucking room and just runs down the hallway in my crib. And I'm just like, what are you doing? So I go down the hall, she's just running around my crib with this baby powder. And I was about to put in my shoes and shit. I'm like, what are you doing with this baby powder? And she just takes the top off the baby powder and just starts throwing the fucking baby powder all over my room, over everything. Like, and at the time, I had
shake on that motherfucker.
I had a wardrobe. My wardrobe was outside of my closet because I ain't have enough room, so all my clothes there. She just throws baby powder all over my fucking clothes, like over everything. Like, so I'm just wrestling her with the baby powder and shit. Eventually, I fucking get her outside, sit her outside the house, and close the door. Go back, find some clothes that don't have baby powder on it, close the leave. She's sitting outside. She's like, when you leave, I'm fucking burning your house down. As soon as I left, afterwards, I had baby powder, bro. I had so much baby powder on me, bro.
Oh my god!
Like I think I had it in my eyebrows on the bus. The whole day, people were just like, "You got something right here. You 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 got something." The whole day, like everywhere, like I was so swole. So one thing I know, like I don't know, man. There's a lot of things about her that was too hood for me. I'm trying to pinpoint one.
No, I think it was her. I think when I say too hood, like. Or too ratchet. It's a mentality, bro. It's a mindset.
Too ratchet.
It's a way of life. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, ratchet.
It's a way of going about interacting with people and issues. It's a mindset, bro. It really is, because you can be from a place and not operate that way, or you can be from a place that's not considered the hood, and somebody from the hood be like, this motherfucker got hood tendencies. Like,
yeah, I swear.
You know what I mean? And it's just like. it's just a mindset. And it's like the mindset is I'm always a victim, I'm always right, and I'm always mad. Yeah. It's a combination of those. Yeah. It's like somebody always did something to me. There's no accountability.
No accountability at all.
I'm always right. Nobody else, whatever they say is valid. You know what I mean? Everything I'm talking about has more weight than what you're talking about. Yeah. And then they're always just upset about some shit. You're just always upset. Yeah. You always upset.
Because motherfuckers is going to find something.
Always got an attitude.
People want the right to be stressed out and they want the right to be miserable and they don't really realize it. Yeah. But I've seen that in the traits with a lot of people that are just generally unhappy on a daily basis. And they're like, you're looking for a reason to be upset. Like, you're looking for a right and you feel like to be upset is your right. And when someone tells you shouldn't be upset, you feel like someone is being combative towards you. You're like, you're taking away my right to be upset. I have the right to be upset about this. It's like, it's cool, but do you really want that right? Yeah. Is that right? I have the right to fucking bang my head off a fucking bed of spikes.
You got that right.
I have the right. I could do it if I want to. Mm-hmm. I could jump out that fucking window right now. I have the right.
You do.
Doesn't mean I should. Doesn't mean it's good for me. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like people prioritize misery too much and prioritize complaining too much and prioritize not being grateful and just feeling like they have the right to be upset all the time because it's not anything good for you. I feel like when you walk around with that mindset, it leads you to nothing but, being upset all the time.
And then I feel like, I mean, I've had moments and will continue to have moments where life is not perfect and things are not working out the way that I would want them to.
Like we all do.
But I don't have the ability to live in the emotion that's generated from things not being the way I need them to be. Yeah. Like when something is not where I want it to be or how I need it to be, the emotion of disappointment that I might have, or I might not, but that I may have, is not going to be my entire disposition for the rest of whenever. Like that's just, it happened. I feel a way. And then something else is gonna make me laugh and smile. Like I'm not gonna be living in that. Like especially if the sun is shining. I don't even know how people get mad when the sun is shining.
Everybody can have a bad. Like I can't. And forgive me. This is a quote from somebody, but I thought it was a great quote, and I can't remember exactly who said it. But they said anybody can have a bad moment, and it's not really up to you if you have a bad moment. It's up to you if you have a bad day. Yeah, that is up to you.
That's facts. And I've been, life been throwing these challenges at me, bro.
Trust me.
I've been getting trapped for a week.
Trust me. To be honest, this might be.
Nah, for real though.
This might be the craziest. This might have been. I mean, I'm back. I'm bounced back now, but this might have been the craziest year of my life. Like
the year just started.
The year just started, bro. And I literally have I feel like if I had to compare my year to like how my year was, my head is popping out of a hole that was 6 feet under the ground. So like I feel like I make that shit look good though. You would never know because I'm not walking around like, oh my life, but if something's up. I put my energy towards fixing it. You know what I mean? I don't like to walk around. If I walk around with my emotions on my sleeve, it's gonna be a positive emotion. You know what I mean? Because I just like to deal with those type of things by conversation and you know what I mean. Trying to solve my problems gives me therapy from them. You know what I mean? And if I can't automatically solve them, then I got to be patient about it. And there's a step I got to take beforehand. So be it. Because most of the time, if you can't automatically solve a problem in one step, there's just a couple things you got to do before you can take that step. Yeah. And if you got to do 5 things before you can solve it, you got, I'm saying, and it's all good for real.
So, yeah. I mean, moral of the story, man, mind your company.
Mind your company.
And then, be aware of the type of people that you attract. Because for y'all motherfuckers that love a hood booger, like, ask yourself why.
Yeah, why?
Because you be addicted to conflict. Y'all motherfuckers be addicted to conflict. Mm-hmm. You be addicted to the friction of drama. Mm-hmm. And there's a movie that came out, I think it was the year 2004, I might be wrong, called Crash with Ludacris. And, you know what I mean? It had Don Cheadle. It had so many blockbuster names, right? Lorenz Tate. But the thing is, when the movie came out, there was a quote that Don Cheadle's character said, and he said that we lack human interaction to the point where we crash into each other just to feel something. And I feel like motherfuckers that be addicted to like just ratchet shit, it be like that. It's like you just you want to feel something so bad that you just crash into people. You crash out.
Yeah.
Because you want to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Whatever you can't feel when you by yourself. That's gonna be, another great quote that I always heard. You can't really love somebody correctly until you love yourself. You may love somebody, but you're not loving them incorrectly. You're not loving them correctly.
But you know what? People don't understand that quote until the moment. That quote does not become. It's almost like this. It's almost like you ever play a video game where you ain't unlock a level, and you ain't unlock a level, so everything is dark, but you can kind of see what's going on in the level.
Yeah.
Like you can see okay, I can see that's the boss I might have to fight or something. Yeah. But it's unlocked, so it's not clear to you the true test.
Yeah.
That statement, you can't love somebody until you love yourself, doesn't really become evident and clear until the moment that you realize that you don't love yourself.
Yeah.
Until that moment when you realize I haven't been loving myself. In that moment, you'll realize why all the connections that you've had, regardless of their nature, have fell apart as far as what you had to do with them. Your version, your accountability becomes clear, and it's like, oh damn, I can't even receive from somebody because I don't know how to give it to myself.
Yeah. Yeah, but people don't really care about that in the face of wanting companionship and being lonely. A lot of people are going to put their feelings past that point, or whether or not they feel like they're capable or even able or ready for a relationship. If you're feeling a sense of loneliness, you know what I mean, and you run into another person, you're going to try to make it work. And there is a balance between knowing when you're ready and also knowing that there's no really perfect time. You know what I mean? I feel like, because there's a difference between knowing when you're ready, but also you don't want to be 50 years old, never have went on a date talking about, I just feel like I'm trying to. No, bro, you should probably try it a little bit ago. At least once. Should have gave it a go. But at the same time, I feel like when you're in a desperate situation, you know what I mean? I'd rather fuck with the person that'll be okay, you know what I mean, without me being there. And not saying that I want you to be okay if I'm gone, but I'd rather fuck with you knowing that if I didn't come along, you would have been okay. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather fuck with you knowing that you chose me and that you didn't need me. I'd rather be chosen. If you develop a dependence from me out of feelings and love that I feel like, can happen naturally, then that's fine. But me personally, I'd rather be chosen than needed. Right. Because when you need it, it's a convenience thing. If you needed me, then you just needed a body. You needed a random motherfucker. But if you wasn't necessarily tweaking for a relationship, but you chose me, if you're okay with yourself chilling, but you chose me, it means a lot more than a motherfucker who just looking for companionship. Yeah. At least to me. Because when you have a motherfucker that you looking for companionship, you can think in your head like, damn, whether you're a man or a woman and you're in that situation, or you can just look at this motherfucker like, damn, if I wasn't here, she would replace me with another nigga. Or if you're a girl, like, damn, if I wasn't here, he would just replace me with another chick. Because the person is looking for companionship. You know what I mean? In general. Yeah. And then, you want companionship in a relationship, you know what I mean? But when you need companionship to sustain your everyday mental, it gets dangerous.
That is dangerous.
It gets real dangerous.
That's a level of codependency that motherfuckers usually end up killing somebody about. Yeah. Because, that's why Selena ain't here.
That's some real shit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's some real shit. That's a level of codependency that some people end up killing somebody.
Yeah, facts. That's real shit, bro. So be careful. Don't be so ready to reach out and be with someone because you feel like you need them in your life. And that's a mistake that I think I've made in my life at least 2 times, feeling like I needed somebody and stayed in some shit way longer than I should have.
Yeah, it's an easy mistake, bro. It's a mistake I feel like we all make, bro. That's why I try to say it out loud. And I feel like on this podcast, me and Bilal will probably talk about a lot of mistakes and different shit that people make. But it's just the shit that we've made. You know what I mean? It's just the mistakes that we've made, that other motherfuckers have made, that the humans make in general. Like, I'm only gonna speak about mistakes that I've seen really up closer that I made. That's an easy mistake to make when you go through that and we have them influxes of shit. But like, sometimes you gotta ask yourself, is that person you really want to bring in your life for the purpose of companionship actually good for your life? You know what I mean? Everything don't have to last forever to be a positive impact on you either. You know what I mean? Just because you get in a relationship and it ends sooner than you wanted it to end doesn't mean someone can have a positive impact on you. But I feel like that type of thing is impossible if you're trained to need companionship, because you're gonna hate every person that wants a little bit of separation from you, even if it's healthy for both of y'all. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So that brings me to my question of the day, man. I'm gonna can we go to yours second?
Yeah.
I feel like it rolls off.
I might save mine. I want you to get yours off. I might save mine.
So, question of the day, man. Rolling off of that last topic. The question of the day for me is, what are you doing if your girlfriend or significant other is hanging out with a group of people that jumped you because she's cool with their sister or a sibling that didn't jump you though, right? Like a girl's brothers and friends jumped you, and your girl is cool with her, and she still be over their house with the niggas that jumped you.
Before or after? Like
after you got jumped.
No. I meant before or after I get somebody to beat her up. Because I'm instantly gonna call like somebody to beat her up. If you was like, how much is it?
You gonna call somebody to beat shorty up?
Oh, for sure. Like young me, I'm not letting that go. I'm probably gonna go back and you know what I mean. Now I'm like, all right, cool. You got that L. I'm going to the crib. Young me, I'm calling my friends. We're going back. And I'm bringing somebody for you too, since you want to roll around with them and think you are cute. You just want to hang with them with your sisters there.
No, I mean like
now if that was the case, I mean I'm 33, so I hope I'm not getting jumped anymore. I'm kind of old for that.
First of all, if I'm getting jumped, I'm Ja Morant, nigga. Yistol. But I got these Yistol treats for you, nigga.
So if I get jumped, I'm going Ja Morant. What?
Ja Morant.
Jump who?
Exactly. Stop playing with me.
Jump what?
Yistol.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting somebody to beat her up.
If
man.
you know, you know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Like, no.
Get somebody to beat her up, man. Like, there ain't no way. I'm gonna be mad. Now I'm just leaving you alone. You just with somebody who's like an op, just getting oppy outside at your crib, you know what I mean? Then I'm just gonna leave you alone. Like, back in the day, I'm probably gonna get somebody to beat you up. Like, oh, you wanna hang with a nigga that just beat me up?
Yeah, I feel like that's a hard one, because it's like, oh, that's my friend. Like, I don't be talking to them. That's my friend. I just be hanging with my friend. And it's like, yo, fuck your friend. That's not your friend no more.
That ain't your friend.
That ain't your friend.
Proud is what you had, baby girl. I'm what you had.
Yo. That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I still can't believe LL got that off.
He got that off. And you know what's crazy? I quoted that numerous times to somebody within the last like 6 months.
That's a wild line. That is a wild line to quote. That is a wild line to quote to somebody. Like,
no,
I don't even know how to decipher that line. Like, if somebody came home like, this nigga told me like, pride is what I had, and I'm like, he's what I had. What do you think? I don't know. That nigga sound like a pimp to me. He about to try to have you with a strip.
Like Iceberg Slim.
Bro, that sounds like some shit out of the Iceberg Slim book that I just finished. I'm damn sure it sounds like some shit. That's some old school pimp shit. If I ever heard it, that's fucking crazy. But yeah, like, that's not your friend no more.
Yeah.
I mean, if we really fucking around, that's not your friend. Because I'm not hanging around with none of y'all ops or nothing like that.
I'm not hanging, like, I'm not
doing that. You know?
I have been in a situation where I gave grace to someone that someone didn't want me to give grace to.
Yeah.
Mainly because the situation wasn't as visceral, meaning I felt like the information that I was getting was not all the way true. I didn't trust the sources.
Well, he say shit is one thing. You had fisticuffs.
Yeah.
So like, it's over all that. Oh yeah, you shouldn't hang with him or her because of blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like that's he say she say shit.
We really scrapped.
Yeah, y'all already fought. Y'all skipped that. So it was like at that point in time, like,
and then she was like, and then she was hanging over Shorty's crib, and I was just like, yo, you are nut.
Yeah.
You're a goofy motherfucker.
Yeah. Definitely a squirrely.
You're a nut.
It's oppie outside, bro.
Like, that's different. And it's different because it's like when you really into it, because we was into it.
Yeah.
Like, it got heavier. And so when you really into it, I don't know, like, she might pop out and beat your ass. You think, that's my friend. You don't know how the hood operate.
Yeah.
You don't know what the hood smell like.
Yeah.
You don't know what it tastes like. You don't know what it look like.
Yeah.
You couldn't identify if a nigga put it in front of you. You wouldn't be like, oh, you don't know the hood from ratchet, from ghetto. You don't know.
Yeah,
you wouldn't even be able to define those 3 terms separately for yourself.
Yeah.
So,
but you trying to navigate that shit. That's
right,
dangerous.
but you try to navigate it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you're gonna try and navigate this situation, and somebody might pop out and beat your ass, and then what?
Yeah.
Now you looking stupid. Talking about that was my friend. That was never your friend.
Yeah.
And anybody with 2 eyes to see and a little bit of experience buying ices from the icy lady knew that wasn't your fucking friend.
And honestly,
you know what I mean?
I would automatically think she's fucking one of them niggas too.
Oh yeah, definitely getting busted down.
I would definitely think like she's bust down Tatiana.
Definitely.
Busted baby. It's my generation.
Definitely.
I think the Tatiana. How many years between?
We didn't last after that. I think that
and,
was one of the. That was like. I think that was yeah.
How many years is between Busted Baby and Bust Down Tatiana?
Busted Baby. How many years? I don't know. I'm gonna jump off and say 8.
I wonder when Busted Baby.
I'm gonna jump off and say 8.
8 years between Busted Baby and Bust Down Tatiana.
I think I'm right, bro. I think I just came off the cuff with the right answer.
Right. I actually want to get a grip of how fast time is passing.
Yeah, like, Busted Baby, I want to say came out 8 years before Bust Down Tatiana, or just Tatiana.
Tatiana came out in like 2020, Busted Baby, right? 2008, so 12 years, right?
That's part 2, though. Is that part 2? Is part 2 the part that we know? 2008 sound right. 2008 sound right. What about...
they both came out in 2008.
What
One
about
came
Tatiana?
out in May. The remix came out in...
all right.
Let me see what year. That's 2008.
2018. I think I'm right, bro.
Bust Down Tatiana.
Yeah.
About 10.
10 years.
10 years. So, you know.
10 years. I said 8.
Yeah, you
I
said
eight.
close.
I was thinking 2000. Yeah.
That shit came out in 2008.
I said
Busted
8.
Baby.
Yeah.
Busted Baby is what I call you.
But all that to say, y'all, make sure you're being mindful of your own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to portray some shit that you are not.
Yeah.
Because it ain't gonna work out.
Yeah.
And you might just run into somebody that is gonna beat your ass.
For sure.
Trying to play them games, man.
And also, don't pull little guns out in the club because clearly there's somebody pulling a big gun out.
Don't pull little guns out in the club.
Don't pull big guns out in the club too, but especially don't pull little guns.
Don't pull guns out in the club.
And if you want to pull a gun out in the club, don't dangle it like this.
That's why.
Don't try to hypnotize me with your little gun.
I don't understand though, because like,
don't do that.
What else is cool to dangle? I don't think there's anything.
What can I dangle? Put something in my hand
that would cool. Make sense to dangle.
Give me something you think. Just imagine this is something cool. What could I dangle that would be cool? What if this was a chain? Would it be cool?
I don't think it would be cool to dangle anything.
What if I had $100,000?
I think dangling things is just strange.
Weird. It is weird. It's just like
why you want to dangle anything?
Why you want to dangle? I feel like I'm cheap. You know what I feel like I'm doing? I feel like I'm a rich white dude who's just evil as fuck, and I'm seeing like an African like orphan over there who ain't had water in like 5 years, and I'm just like,
that's.
I feel like you're gonna be teasing somebody.
I feel like that's a better question of the day. Like what is it ever appropriate to dangle? That
gotta be, yeah.
When is it appropriate?
When is it cool to dangle something? And what should you dangle? If you're gonna dangle anything, Ja Morant dangled a gun on live. What could you dangle?
What is cool? Ever appropriate to dangle? I need to know. Like when is your best case scenario of
and keep
dangling?
the answers PG, because y'all motherfuckers be nasty. We ain't getting it all, you know what I'm saying? Keep the comments PG, y'all motherfuckers.
I don't think that there's ever something that is appropriate
cool
to dangle.
For real, like.
But hey man, y'all be safe. As the youth like to say, be careful because safes get cracked.
Mm-hmm. I hate when niggas.
I hate it.
I hate when y'all young niggas tell me that when I tell y'all to be safe. I hate it.
I'm like, all right, be safe. Be careful, bro. Safes get cracked. All right. Be careful. Be careful sounds like I don't care. Be careful feels like I don't really care.
I just hate how they be acting offended. Like, no. Be careful, bro. Safes get cracked. like I just made a mistake. Like oh shit, right.
I don't want to be careful.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think about safes getting cracked when I said that. Damn.
Like, what?
He pissing me off, bro. Like, I hate that. Y'all be safe.
Until next time, man. This is Lum and Lal Show signing out.
Be easy.
Peace.
Be safe and don't get cracked.
I ain't got no comment, man. I want to say a lot, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Pause.
Peace.
Peace.